Good morning, Weston Baptist Chapel. Pastor Mark getting to present the Morning Minute with you again on Saturday. We continue to look into the Trinity. Specifically, we've been spending our time in the Old Testament, and we've been spending a lot of our time in the Exodus story. Today, I'm actually going to show you again another familiar story from the Old Testament in the Exodus story, and it is the burning bush. And I want you to catch this. So here we go. Let's go chapter number 3, beginning at verse number 1. Now Moses was keeping the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian, and he led his flock to the west side of the wilderness, and he came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And catch this, right here in verse 2, and the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. He looked, and behold, the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. Y'all caught who was in the bush, right? It says clearly, the angel of the Lord is who was consumed by fire standing in the bush, and the bush was not catching on fire and coming to flame. The angel of the Lord. I'm going to continue to harp on that. We're going to continue reading. Picking up verse number 3. And Moses said, I will turn aside to see this great sight, why the bush is not burned. When the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called him out of the bush, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. Then he said, Do not come near. Take your sandals off your feet, from the place on which you are standing is holy ground. And he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. Once you catch this, who did it say was standing in the bush? It very clearly said, the angel of the Lord. And when the angel of the Lord spoke from the bush, he introduced himself as the Lord. And Moses could not look at the angel in the bush, because God was too good to look at. See, here's another example where we get to see the angel of the Lord is Jesus in the Old Testament. And even the burning of the bush was Jesus standing there, speaking to Moses face to face. As we saw, the angel of the Lord was standing on top of the mountain where God the Father spoke from the cloud, saying that this angel shares the same name as me. And we went over that name means that they share the same essence and authority. We saw the parting of the Red Sea, where you had the angel of the Lord with the cloud, and then the right arm of the Holy Spirit parting the Red Sea. There has always been a Trinity. It's not just a New Testament phenomenon. You can also find it in the Old Testament. And this is another extremely familiar story that gets overlooked a lot, and yet you get to see here that the angel of the Lord is actually the one in the bush, consumed by fire, speaking face to face to Moses. And we know the angel of the Lord was Jesus Christ. Next week, we're going to look at another fun story. I know it's Pastor Matt's one of his favorite. We're going to look at Jacob wrestling God, and we're going to see how we can find the Trinity in that story as well. But in the meantime, I want you guys to have a great Saturday. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow for Baptism Sunday. Have a great day, guys. God bless.